Hi, we're going to start your watercolor snowflake painting today. Here are the supplies that you need. A half sheet of watercolor paper, which if you only have a whole sheet, I'm going to show you how to cut that. You need some water to paint with, brush and your paint sets, oil pastel or white crayon. I'm going to be using my oil pastel today. Salt, and I actually grabbed two different kinds of salt. I grabbed one that was a little bit coarser and then this one that was a little bit finer, so I'm going to play with that. Tape is optional, and grab your sketchbook. So in your sketchbook you will probably want to practice drawing some snowflakes. These snowflakes, you can find the directions on Google Classroom if you want to make your snowflakes something like this. I'm sure everybody has their own way they want to make snowflakes, or you might want to look on the internet if you don't like these. But in your sketchbook, practice, because you are going to just be drawing them with a white pastel on white paper. So it's going to be really hard to see. Alrighty, if you have this full sheet of paper, we're going to have to cut it in half, so you're going to grab a ruler and a pencil. And we want to cut it in half this way. I'm sure you're all doing math in your head right now. Hardy har har. Okay, so this is 12 inches. And I want it in half, so I'm going to make a mark at 6. Notice I'm not using a Sharpie, I'm just using a pencil. Bring your ruler over here. Make sure the side of the ruler is lined up with the side of the paper here. That's how you're going to make sure it's straight. Find the 6. Make a mark. You guys pause me during this time if you need time to do this. Then I want you to line up your ruler. Remember, edge of the ruler on the edge of the paper. And then just lightly draw a line through. Grab your scissors. And just cut that in half. Alright, so if you need a half sheet, oh my goodness, I know you guys love when my dogs bark. Alright, so I have my half sheet of paper right here. As you can see, I taped it down. There we go. And the first step is to draw your snowflakes. Let me show you what this looks like. Here's an example. So we're going to use oil pastel. You could also use a white crayon. You can try tape. But our first step is to put snowflakes on the page. And think about how you want to put them on there. Do you want to go diagonally? Do you want them pretty random, like would normally be in nature? I was thinking on mine I might do like big snowflakes to small snowflakes. And then I'm sure you recognize in the background, this is a wet on wet technique sprinkled with salt. So a couple of combinations of watercolor techniques that will give you pretty great results. All right, so go ahead and draw. We're all doing this together. Just start drawing your snowflakes, and it really is hard to see, so that's why I said practice first, because you can hardly see what you're doing on here. Now, if you're the kind of person that likes to, and you might have to just kind of move around to catch this in the light, that likes to do real precise and detailed work, good for you. I love that about you. You can go ahead and get your ruler out and try to make a sharp edge with your oil pastel. I'm kind of leaning to the side of this so I can see it So yeah, if you want to get your ruler out and really be fancy, and that would be great. I am just gonna free draw here. It really is hard to see what you're drawing. Okay, so I'm gonna do a couple of big snowflakes at the top, and then I want to have them getting smaller. So yeah, definitely practice these before you try this on here. You're going to be turning this in. I have a feeling that these are going to be fabulous and not super hard. So I bet you could make more than one of these. You're going to turn them in for a grade. And you can just have fun with this. I'm really just kind of messing around now. Okay, so then I'm going to do another snowflake. This, I'm going to do a different type. It kind of looks like a puff ball. So you guys should be doing snowflakes. I'm going to add in some circles. I'm also going to have those get smaller. I want it to look like it's actually snowing. Okay, I think I am happy. So fill up the page. Then you guys know the next step. Get your salt ready because you have to use the salt while the paint is wet. So we're going to do this in sections. We're going to do a wet on wet background. I'm going to just go ahead and mix up a lot of blue and purple right now. That is what I want my snowflakes to be. So I'm just going to get some paint ready in here. You can do mostly purple. Gosh, really, you can do whatever color you want. Okay. All right, so have your salt ready. Remember, the first step for wet on wet is painting with your, and I like to have a towel just here ready to go. So remember the first step. Oh yeah, this is what I used my tape for, by the way, but I bet you could use it to make some snowflakes. So I'm just going to do section at a time. So you're just going to go ahead and get some water going here. So wet your paper. And grab some paint. And really just kind of let this go. You can push it around a little. I feel like I want mine darker, so you can go over it. You can let those colors bleed together. And I'm going to get this snowflake done, and then I'm going to salt it. So I feel like it shows up better when you use a little darker paint, which makes sense. Okay, and then you make sure, grab your salt. Give it some sprinkles. And I have two different kinds here. I'm just not sure. All right, and then just keep going. Paint with water first. And just push that color around. So I'm not going to make you guys watch me paint this entire thing. That would be really boring. I think you get the idea of this. I'm just going to finish painting the top of it and adding salt. You're going to finish the whole thing. It is going to be amazing. Give it to somebody as a gift. We're really going dark in there, so just blend it, blend it, blend it. Remember too, for wet on wet, you can drop color in. Okay, I'm probably needing to salt my paint. Add some salt, don't add pepper. Okay. You're just going to do the whole thing like this. I have a feeling that like what makes this one so great, and this one we'll get there, is the dark areas of paint. So you're going to want some areas that are light and some areas that are dark. So at first it really doesn't get very dark. Let it dry, and then you can I don't know why I'm blowing out, it's not going to help. And you can just go over and darken up some spots too. So you can just let those, you could even let those bleed through a bit. So make sure you get some dark spots in there. I can't wait to see what you guys do. I'm sure these are going to be amazing. You'll look in Google Classroom for when these are due. Okay, so I will let you guys go work. I could paint all day. I think this is very fun. So everybody start your snowflake watercolor, and I see oil pastel on my brush again. Make sure you could even go put some soap and water on it, actually. Yeah, I'm going to go use soap and water because I can see can you see how that's still on there? So go use soap and water on your brush so it stays nice. All right, I cannot wait to see your snowflakes.